Good afternoon, good night, good morning. Welcome to another episode of The Mess on the Modiversity YouTube channel. You know, little show for you. Nothing too big, nothing too scary. We ain't talking about Halloween tonight. We're going to keep that for probably another day, maybe tomorrow. Might have a little surprise, But yeah. What's up, baby?
What's up, everyone?
How are you?
I'm great. I had a very busy, productive, amazing morning this morning. Cause drum roll, I got to interview some of the cast of probably one of my new favorite shows that came out in 2019, Dickinson, and it was amazing. The cast were all wonderful. I also got to interview the showrunner, Alina Smith, as well, and it was awesome.
I'm like, ever since you told me, I was like I cannot wait. I was so excited for you because I know how much you love that show. So I was very, very happy that you had the opportunity to do that. And I know it was everything and more. So, yes. And I know you can't go into details about it just yet.
Not yet. But y'all will see it. Y'all will see it.
Right. I was about to say, but overall feelings, you feeling great about that, right?
Yeah, I'm feeling really good. They were all very nice. They had great answers to my questions. Like it was better than I expected. Like it was amazing.
Yes. So yeah, y'all better be on the lookout. She's gonna be dropping videos of interviews, and that's gonna be amazing. And she will be covering season 3 of Dickinson, and this will be season 3, correct?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we will be covering that. And it's gonna be amazing. I've seen half of the first season. I enjoyed it, so like I know once I get to where we at, it's gonna be amazing to actually fully talk about it and everything. So yeah, that's what's up. Like, oh, you already know how I felt. I was like, yes, because I know that feeling. I know it all too well. Too well. So we got a light little show. Might have a couple people come through tonight. You know who they are, but they might stop by and chit chat about something with us as well. But we're gonna get into it. We wasn't here last week, so we're a little behind. But we're gonna start off with What If. Mm-hmm. And the season finale was last week. The Watcher. What if the Watcher broke his oath? And I personally enjoyed the episode. I felt like they still took a risk and did a lot. They made Ultron very, 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 very powerful. Let's get it. Hey, what's up, John?
Hey.
Thanks for coming out. But I thought it was a good ending to the whole entire series. I mean, I felt like the pacing was good for the whole entire series or overall, but I think it was a great finale episode. I mean, you had the Watcher pulling everybody from all different types of multiverse, and I thought it was cool because it was basically everybody that we seen in solo episodes. So, it was like that was the end game of season 1. So I appreciate them all coming together at the end after them having their solo stories. And yeah, it was a lot of good moments in that season. I mean, in that episode.
Oh yeah, and a lot of it isn't really like fighting Infinity Ultron, as they call it.
Y'all call it Infinity Ultron. Y'all know I love Ultron. You gonna call it Infinity Ultron? Bet. I'm here for it. Like, I know I love that man. Now.
Right. It's like it was mainly them, I guess, getting to, know each other. Mm-hmm. And once they were able to, to defeat him, it was like, okay, and then, the Watcher took them all, back to their respective timelines. Right. And it's the fact that I don't know, it was just something how, I guess it's an ode to Captain America, I guess, but how Captain Carter, her beats were very, very similar to Captain America's beats as far as like her relationship with Natasha. I was like,
okay. Yeah, it was almost giving Bucky and Steve, and somebody had alluded to that on the timeline. I was like, you know what? That's what it is. Like, literally, that's her best friend, and it was just dope to see them to the cut. Wait, the Gamora episode is set for next season.
And Cynthia Williams voiced Gamora, and I love her. If you've ever seen Real Husbands of Hollywood, If you've ever seen Real Housewives of Hollywood, she plays Trina the lawyer. She is amazing.
Oh my God,
And
Real Husbands of Hollywood. It's a fucking hot mess.
she plays Trina the lawyer, and she is incredible in voicing Gamora in this episode. And I can't wait to see more of her voicing her. So.
Oh yeah, I mean, Gamora did great. I can't wait to see like more of her storyline in this universe of What If. Because I mean, I felt like we caught her at like I don't even want to necessarily say a peak, but we caught her at a moment where she's been through some stuff, and then she's getting thrown into battle like that. So I would be excited to see what her What If story would be. I was here for Ultron the whole time, like the whole entire like time. I was literally just here for Ultron because I am a big Ultron fan. MCU Ultron, meh, but like I do like certain parts of MCU Ultron, but this Ultron was giving me life because he just wanted to destroy everything, and the fact that he did what he wanted to. I was still shook about from the previous episode. He made a ship and just went and started destroying all different worlds and everything like that. That was still my favorite, but him just being at that powerful being and them just doing whatever he wanted was just everything to me.
And it was just a good conclusion, you know. Just now I'm wondering where are they going to go in season 2? Like what direction? What direct? Now we got to watch out for this next phase, phase 4, to see if some of the are the cast members of Hawkeye going to be in? Not just Clint, but Kate, is she going to be in the next season?
Right.
Just the cast from Doctor Strange, not just Benedict, Doctor Strange and Wanda. Is Wanda gonna be in an episode? She hasn't been, except for the zombie episode.
I mean, yeah, but some zombie, but not normal Wanda. I don't think. I still can't believe they gave us zombie Wanda. I was just really, y'all, that was.
She deserved better.
That was epic. I was besides Black Panther being Star-Lord, that was my other favorite episode. I know a lot of people said that episode was meh because of the comedy that was in it, and it was trying to be horror or whatever. But I thought it was a great episode. It did what it needed to do. I did like the fact that when they were fighting, and then Ultron can't remember what exactly he did, but it was just all of them together just fighting, and then them not being able to stop him, and then he came back. I was just this is Ultron. This is what he do. He always comes back. I had goosebumps the whole time watching it.
Right.
It was it was a good episode. I enjoyed it. I would like to see them do more villains. I wonder if they would do Kane. I would like to see them do Dr. Doom. No shade. Shoot, I wish we can get the Fantastic Four in this animated series since we know that they come in. Why don't you just give us a little piece of Fantastic Four in an animated style? But I feel like they can go so many different ways with it.
They really can. Especially now that they're doing a phase that nobody really knows anything about just yet.
Right.
It'll be perfect to kind of, intertwine them as they go along.
Right. And I like the fact that we really do not know what's really about to happen in this next phase. I mean, we know a tad bit spoilers or not even spoilers, but whatever we know for Spider-Man and then whatever we know for Multiverse of Madness. But I kind of like the suspense feeling that we really don't know what really can happen, and we still have Eternals coming out. So I'm just wondering, where the hell are y'all going?
Right.
Seriously, especially when we go into the cosmic realm a lot. So still main about the Infinity Stones. But I mean, with them destroying it, I felt like, that was key. I feel like you could do that in this time. I mean, you could do that in this animated series. You could show us that they could be destroyed. I mean, you showed us in Loki that where Loki was at the time variance place, that they were basically non-void. They couldn't do anything. They were just sitting in a drawer as paperweights. So to see them actually be destroyed in this animated series, I thought that was another risk that they took. They showed us another way or another life that, the stones could be either used or destroyed, or, another character. How about that? Another character development for the stones. I think that's what it was, But hello, Olivia. How are you? Thanks for coming out. I mean, using them outside their home universe, but I feel like that's what if is about. Just doing things that you normally wouldn't see happen. I mean, I saw one video where they were like, they hated that the way that the power was when he was fighting a watcher in the whole little, like in the closed off space, how the power was just like beams and it wasn't the actual power of the stone. I'm just like, well, maybe because they are outside and they can't really be used like that, because that's just a whole nother like place and void. Like they don't really work like that. But I mean, he still had power. Like he was still shooting out beams. So I don't know. I don't know too much about the mythology of the Infinity Stones. But I feel like when it comes down to what if, I feel like there is no rules. I feel like there are no rules in what if. Especially if it's going to be its own entity in its own universe, there are no rules. Anything can happen. So yeah,
exactly.
But I enjoyed it. I look forward to season 2. I just hoping it's not like midsummer or next fall when we get season 2. I would like for us to get season 2 like in the spring. Like, because I already low-key kind of miss it. And I felt like the way that they gave us episodes, it was just like weekly. But I wish we could that's what I really want. I want season 2 right now.
It's crazy how streaming is going back to old school TV format. Like 1 week now. Like it's crazy how the whole purpose of streaming is to, get all of your stuff in like one time and binge it, but now they're going back to that one episode a week format. I'm like, y'all, this defeats the purpose.
Like, I ain't gonna lie. I know one series that starts tomorrow, and I'm so happy that they're doing it for the people, but they're giving the people 4 episodes. And it's like, to be honest, you need those 4 episodes, because what happens in episodes 1 and 2, you're gonna be like, dang, I don't want to wait. Like, that's no shame. I hate that we have to wait like a day or 2 before we get a trailer or preview for the next episode. I love previews. I love promos. I love trailers. So I like to be thinking about what's going to happen next in the episode. That's one thing that I will say that pissed me off with Titans, that every time an episode ends, we don't see no trailer, no promo,
nothing.
That annoys me. Like, and I have to wait until like a week later or like 4 days later. I'm like, well, the episode about to drop now. I don't want to see it. Like,
but it kind of helps with me. Like, if I watch one, cool. But if I don't, it makes me want, like, not going in and knowing what the episode is about with a clear head, not really, spoilers or anything. Just going in, watching it, and be like, oh, okay. I mean, if I do watch it, it's
gonna happen.
Right.
It's clearly how I felt tonight watching the episode.
Ooh, we're gonna get into it. Because I got thoughts.
I got thoughts too, girl. Like, but no. What if we ready for season 2? Don't hold it so long, Marvel. Give us something. We know we got movies coming up, but give us What If again. I would like to see that. Next up on the docket. Oh, I'm gonna let you go with No Time to Die before we get to the Titans. You got to see No Time to Die.
Yes.
And I know you are a big James Bond fan, as I haven't seen it yet, but I just want to know your reaction and how you're feeling after it being out. And are you happy? What would you like from the future? Do you think we might get another one?
I went to go see it with, even though I'm a big James Bond fan, with probably one of the biggest, if not the biggest James Bond fan that I know, my mom. My mom was the reason why I got into James Bond in the first place. And No Time to Die, it broke the rules in a good way, the James Bond rules in a good way. Like, I don't want to spoil anything. So, it follows Spectre perfectly. And it ends how it's supposed to end. Even people will be like, yeah, does that really have to happen? I'm okay with it, because I figured they're going to have to do that anyway. So I'm like, okay. And there is a real possibility for a sequel to this, but it can come like years later. But I know they're not going to, unless there's a way they can incorporate the sequel. Like if you watch it, you'll see what I'm talking about. Because I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to give anything away.
Right.
There is a possibility, but because they're searching for a new Bond, and it seems like it's gonna be a male Bond pretty much for the foreseeable future.
Mm-hmm.
It could happen. It couldn't.
Right.
But that's neither here or there. But yeah, I think it was the perfect ending to Daniel Craig's run as Bond. Like ended how it's supposed to end. It was more emotional. Like I said, it broke the rules. It was way more emotional. It wasn't just action packed. Like you felt it.
Right.
And like with all the characters, like you felt that emotion, and it's like, okay. Now Skyfall of this is my favorite. Like Skyfall, for the whole Daniel Craig run is my favorite. I love Skyfall. Skyfall and Casino Royale. Then No Time to Die, The Spectre, and then Quantum of Solace. And definitely go see it. If y'all have a chance to go see it in movies before it leaves, go see it, please. Please go see it.
I'm trying to see it this weekend. I've seen them all, and I've watched. My favorite is Casino Royale and Skyfall. So I've seen them two both separately plenty of times. Like anytime they had marathons on USA, I would watch them and just to watch it. But I'm excited to see Daniel Craig has done a wonderful job as Bond. I mean, from him doing his own stunts and then him just having his own swag, he's done amazing. So it is kind of cool to see this actually come to a close, and it comes to a close with a good, heartfelt ending. So I'm excited for it. So
it's good. It's good.
Girl, I already know. Like I'm just like, like I already know. I want to tell everybody tomorrow, Amazon Prime has a show coming out, and then there's a reboot of I Know What You Did Last Summer, and I want everybody to check this show out. I've seen it, and I feel like people are going to be like shook. I feel like some people might be upset, only because of where they're going with it. But I think and since we're on the subject of breaking rules, it breaks a rule, and I'm just like, whoa! Like I was shook, and I think a lot of people will like it. So yeah, check it out. Comes out tomorrow, please, because I'm gonna be covering it. Ava's gonna watch it, and I can't wait till y'all see it, because like I've been holding it for like a week, and I'm just like, Lord, I'm gonna rewatch it tomorrow, just for it can have its numbers and everything. But oh my God, it's gonna be good. I'm just ready to see what people's reactions is gonna be. And I love.
I'm ready to watch it because I'm a big fan of the movies. So, so I'm ready to see what they're working with. How is it different?
Like 20 years later, and then I can say it's 20 years later in a modern time frame, but it's just what they do with it, and you just like, okay, bet. So I'm excited to see how the second half gonna be. So, and we get the first 4 episodes tomorrow, so be excited. It's gonna be great.
Cool.
Gonna be good. All right, let's get to some toxic matters. Cause child,
cute.
Like,
what are you waiting for?
Iconic, still to this day. Like I was mad that I found that they do have both. They have actually all 3 of the I Know What You Did Last Summer on Amazon. So we definitely have to do just a random watch alone after we watch Prometheus. We're gonna have to definitely do a watch along of I Know What You Did Last Summer, and I Still Know What You Did, because I gotta see us watch that and react to it, because it's a hilarious movie and it's iconic.
If y'all want to be entertained, please watch last night's episode. Please watch last night's episode. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm be on my best behavior tonight. Like I ain't putting up with it tonight.
Right.
I ain't putting with it tonight. Not tonight. Speaking of, we could actually talk about that. The Scream 4 trailer. How did you feel about it?
Oh, I'm a big Scream fan, so I was like, yeah, I've been, following it since, the cast that it came out that there's gonna be another one. The cast was revealed,
Right.
and I thought it was great. I'm ready. I want to see where they go with it because Scream 4 was they had a new type of audience, so it was to more of the digital audience as opposed to the movie audience. So I'm like, okay, is this one gonna be more about like social media influencers and like technology as far as like smartphones? Like
Right.
how are they gonna do it? How are they gonna
Right.
in like enter that pop culture commentary that the first three were known for?
Right.
So it's like, how are they how are they gonna do that? And bringing the OG cast, the OG cast back: Nev Campbell, Courtney Cox, David Arquette. No, David Arquette, like, can't get any better than that. Like,
any better. 4 is like 4 had me shook. Like I said, it's that first kill scene. Like he was in her room, like and like massacred, like literally like did her dirty. Like when she was already dead when he smashed her head through the window and like let her hang out. I was like, she's dead. Like, why are you even trying to make this point? Like, you've already made your point. Then you took her out and put her back in the room and put her in her bed. Like,
but I will say, Scream 1, that first kill scene
was
still very more iconic.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Drew Barrymore, like popcorn, the feels of her being on the phone, and like she really emotionally crying into it, like,
So I'm wondering, are they gonna? Because Jenna Ortega's character paid homage to that. That scene where she has like the similar sweater, like she even gestures the knife the same way on the laying line. Like, are they gonna? Like, what are they gonna do? Like, are they gonna still pay homage to the old one, but still reinvent it? Like, I'm just curious. Like, I'm gonna see it. I'm just curious how they're gonna do it.
Like, I can't wait because like I enjoyed the trailer. I feel like the original cast is all about to die. I feel like the whole original cast is about to die. I thought it was genius when Ghostface was like, it's an honor, like that, like it's an honor, Sydney. Like I get a chance, I get a privilege to actually chase you. Like
right. So it has to be somebody young. Like it has to be somebody young. Cause and I'm curious because in the trailer I think they said something like they're going after all like the family members of people associated, and I'm like, okay, so who's related? Is anyone related to Sydney? Like, who's related to who? Like, how is all connected? And I'm curious.
Yeah, I'm curious. Super curious. I need January to hurry up and get here because I will be watching that in theaters. Because it deserves to be watched in theaters, and I will be seeing it. Can't wait. I don't even want no more. Like, I want one more trailer, and then that's it.
Mm-hmm. It's happy. Interesting that it's coming out in January because I was watching this documentary, and even though it's a horror movie, they released it. The first one was released around Christmas.
Really?
Yeah, but because it didn't do well around Christmas, because it was Christmas, but like the day after, or like the week after or something like that, because they thought, oh, okay, it's not going to do well around Christmas time. But like the week after or so, like killed at the box office. And that's I think why they're releasing them around this time, because they did so well around that time. Like, that's interesting.
Yes, it
that's
is.
In January as opposed to coming out in October during around Halloween.
Right. I'm excited, like, because it's gonna open up the year of horror. It's gonna open up the year of 2022 of horror. So, and it's gonna be just dope. I'm just ready to see how is it gonna close out one chapter? Is it gonna close out the whole franchise? Because another thing, I mean, it's not called Scream 5. It's just called Scream.
Mm-hmm.
So it gives me the feel of that you're gonna close out one franchise and open up a new franchise.
Mm-hmm.
It also gives me that feeling as well, and I would be okay with that. Shoot, I was okay with the TV series to a certain extent, but I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I've been avoiding it. Let's get to this toxic. So Titans.
The meat and potatoes. Let's get to the meat and potatoes
The
of
meat
it.
and potatoes. Like, we both just watched the episode.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, last week you kind of pissed me off. And now this week, I'm just like, okay. It's a little decent. Just a little decent. People so fake. People be capping. Why be capping? I ain't even watched the episode.
Right.
I didn't even watch it. Golly. But no, Titans episode I thought it was a good episode. Felt like this is a lot of resolution and letting go and actually letting things be what they are. And actually, just fully embracing whatever you got going on or whatever you're going through and just truly walking in it. Mm-hmm. I still am shook that they put Dick in the pit.
Lazarus pit?
Yeah. Like, I was a little shook about that. I was like...
And it was what happened while he was in it. Like, he was the Joker. The Scarecrow was trying to bait him, and he was beating, had the little Joker outfit on with the gloves and everything with a crowbar, beating the dog messing
beating the wheels off his head. I'm like, okay, like, all right, y'all doing a lot, but all right. Whoa.
Right.
But, I felt like that was just him. But what made me think about that was that I know that it was him psychologically trying to fight through his death and really letting go of the things that was like holding him back and holding him down from actually truly living. That's what I got that. But I was also thinking like, damn, did Crane mess with this pit and put some drugs in it, like his hallucination drugs to make him be in that thought process of seeing Crane and Crane like messing with him and everything. I was thinking like, damn, did he mess with the pit? But nah. It was just basically like him truly letting go all the things that he's dealing with and, fully embracing it.
Because that's something Jason can do. Because since Jason was also in the Lazarus pit, and he came out the way that he came out, it was like, oh, okay. And then one part that shook me when he was in the Lazarus pit, when he, after he realizes he doesn't want to be the, responsible for Jason's death, or, he doesn't want to blame Jason for what happened. He, he goes to the woods. He sees his dad, like, I just, Dad, I just want to make you proud, stuff like that. But what shook me was when he saw his daughter. I was like, this little black girl's like, Daddy? Like, so him and Corey do get together. Okay, him and Corey do get together.
I said, so that's the end game? That's the end game. Y'all want to sit up here and play in our face? Like, y'all literally sitting up here playing in my face. Let them people be together. That man ain't been right since. That's what it is. Y'all won't let that man be right because he ain't with his woman. That ain't right. That ain't right.
Like, so I'm watching them like, ooh. So they do want them to be together. They just, like you said, they playing in our faces. They playing in our faces.
Sick of it. Y'all gonna sit up here and let us see his child.
Do it for the one time. Do it for the one time.
Oh, you want to do the other one? I got you. Hold on. I got you. Oh, y'all know that is my jump. Nah, but I was like, but y'all want him to be with Barbara Gordon.
Right.
And I ain't feel no ill will of her being in jail. I was just like, next scene. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it.
Stay there. She can stay there.
She can stay. No, let me tell you why I was like, see, Arrow has poisoned my mind. CW's Arrow has, because I'm like, well, why they just won't give her a little piece of her back like they did for listening? Just give her a little piece.
You mean the wannabe Oracle? You mean the wannabe?
Girl, that was a hot mess. Like, the more I think about it, I'm like, y'all, why did they even have Felicity on this show? Like, God, she got on my nerves. I don't want to. Let's not even talk about it. Let's not talk about it. Let's not, because I get pissed. Because I do not like Felicity at all. This show is just everywhere. I mean, I don't think it's everywhere. I just think it's just. We said this weeks ago. We said what's gonna happen is on these last 2 episodes, they're gonna give us so much to process, and then give us this probably nice little finale or whatever, and then have to wait a whole year or 2 before we get season 4.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what pisses me off, because it's like I feel like even with Crane now having his weapon, I'm like,
just give him the mask. Just give him the mask. Let him have chaos.
If he don't dress up next week, full mask, full weapon, and actually using his drugs and stuff on them, I want it. Like, I don't want it. Y'all done wasted Crane. I feel like they wasted Crane. Crane could have been a villain for like half the season. Y'all could have introduced somebody else. That could have been a threat for the rest of the season into the next season. But yeah, like I like Scarecrow, and I hate to say it, but I like Gotham Scarecrow as well too, because Gotham Scarecrow had his mask on the whole time and was actually using his fear toxin and everything like that. This one is just I will say he is crazy, and he is a psychopath, and he is a murderer. You got that down pat, but I guess I just want to see him actually in action. Like, I mean, you gave me a little bit of him swinging his weapon and everything. Still wasn't impressed, but it is what it is.
Like, okay, that also got me when when Jason comes in. He starts swinging the chain. Like, bro, you're Red Hood. Why don't you just grab the chain and hit him back with it? Like, what? like, come on.
Like, their whole relationship just went like whoop around in a circle.
And then the end with him and Dick, when Dick comes from the Lazarus pit and he meets up with Jason, and Jason's like, so does this make me a Titan again? And Dick's like,
hell no,
you never gonna be a Titan again, but I need your help right now.
Right.
So let's put it off to the side and let's take Crane down. It's like, okay.
I do still feel like they are, because I have their comic run of Red Hood and the Outsiders, the Rebirth. I feel like they feel like they're setting them up for that. I would like them to work into that, where once he let go of his demons and he can really process himself and heal from this shit. I would like to see him be a mentor of people that are outsiders. So, not it ain't gonna work.
It ain't gonna work.
It ain't never gonna work. It ain't never gonna work. Real talk, they hold Red Hood out big time. And how does he come back from killing Hank and Tim? I mean, how does many of these characters that we know come back from killing people? I mean, that would just be his character development. I mean, if he got to serve time, let him serve time. If he don't have to serve time, he'll still be always haunted by that. I mean, that's why he'll never be a Titan, because of that. I mean, and Tim is alive now. I mean, let's talk about it, because I am still loving Tim's scenes. I hope they let him suit up or do something next week, because the boy wants to earn his place. Not even earn his place, but the boy he wants to be there. He's done studied for long. He done did all this. He done had his secret love. Let the man suit up. And I do like the fact that him and Donna have this like best friend almost relationship. I think they're gonna be best friends. I like the fact that she is mentoring him and trying to talk him out of not doing it. But she has to realize that at the end of the day, like he said, I am who I am and I make my own decisions. My parents made their own decisions. My dad was a cop and was going out every day. And we didn't know if he was going to come home or not. So let me make my own choice, and if I want to save people, let me save people. If I want to work alongside of you, let me do that. Don't take my choice or my decision away from me. So I will say I did like all the scenes with Donna and Tim this time. They were really, really good. I love where they're, like I said, I think they're going to try to do this like mentor best friendship, and I think I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it felt like older sister, annoying little brother. Like they definitely gave that. I mean, similar to Dick, but Dick isn't like so like gung ho. Like let's go, I'm gonna fight. It's more like Dick, what are you doing? But with Tim, it's like chill. Like she's like chill, calm down. Like you got like I got this. Like you can't. There's nothing you can do right now. It's like he gave you a lot of information that you did not know. And the fact he had his own little quote unquote bat cave where he investigated everything, how he knew where everybody was.
He wants to do that. Let him do it. Like
he's gonna do it anyway. Like he said, you know, when I came back, you know, when I crossed the bridge, I didn't come back to be a coward. Like that's not what I came back to do. Like run away. That's like, all right.
I would have hollered though if he'd have jumped out that damn Jeep. Like she said, don't you even think about it. But I would have hollered if he would have rolled out that Jeep. I would have hollered. But next on the list of this show, freaking Starfire, Blackfire, Connor.
Okay, they keep doing my girl Corey wrong. Like, you know, when the whole power switch. I'm like, what's okay? The whole point of Starfire is having those type of powers. Okay, we found out why. You know, when she was born, you know, she didn't have the
she didn't have the fire and everything, right? That was some shame.
I was like, so you mean to tell me that everything about Corey
is a lie? Like, y'all lying in our face like this, like.
And then when Blackfire was born, she had the quote unquote the fire, and I'm like,
exactly. and I remember just
never give the kisses a break. Never
give her a chance. She not doing nothing wrong. Give her a chance. Child. She had an agenda the whole time.
See, but the reason why she didn't go after Corey, because when Corey saw, you know, that she was taking the powers, like Blackfire, what are you doing? Blackfire's like, I don't know what this is. Like, I have no idea what's going on here. Like, don't blame me for this. It's like, I have nothing to do with this. And then, you know, when she has that vision, she realizes, oh, Blackfire didn't have anything to do with this. This is our parents. They switched our powers. Right. It's like, oh. And it's like, they can't give Corey a break. Like she can't be great. Like, let sis be great.
I feel like next season they need to let her really. I feel like next season needs to really be like, and I don't want to say rebirth, but it needs to be the break and let her truly embrace her, who she is, and her as Starfire and her as a leader. Like, I mean, she still has those qualities, but I want it like to the next level.
Exactly.
Like,
exactly.
Stop like watering her down. Let her truly embrace who she is.
Mm-hmm. And can we talk about my boy Gar? He finally transformed into something other than a tiger. Transformed into a bat. I
was like really happy because like he was using his emotions and his grief of Dick to do that. And seeing what he did and how he transformed and then carrying him to the pit, I thought it was beautiful. I'm sorry, just for Gar, because I feel like Gar has been struggling this whole season, not having Raven, not having Jason. He's literally alone, having to deal with the death of Hank, having to deal with all this other bull, and then now they need a black woman as a hair writer so Starfire can
Period.
have exactly. Period. Point blank, period. That's all it is. Like, that is it. Mm-hmm. There's nothing less, nothing more. That's the point. Mm-hmm. You know, I can see a lot of people writing it. Mm-hmm. I'm looking at one right now. But okay. But no, I just feel like I was happy that he can finally transform into something else. Mm-hmm. And even when him and Raven was talking and she put her hands on him, I don't know why I felt like she was praying for him. She laid hands on him and she was praying and encouraging him. She was giving him the faith of Raven. And I said, God, oh, like, I said, you better speak into his life. You better. I mean, she was literally like encouraging him and speaking to him like, and I'm like, this woman, she is praying over him right now, and I'm living for it. Like, she literally was like speaking into his life, giving him that encouragement he needed because he needed that. He definitely did.
Do you think that how she, when Cadmus did stuff with his brain and she did the thing where she helped him get out of it? Do you think that she's gonna do that again to help him transform into different animals, or do you think that's what she was doing? Like she was like, no.
I think that's what she was doing right then and there.
Okay, so I want to see you transform into something else. Raven.
No, because I think I said it the last episode. I was like, I hope that when she comes back, she be's the one that can encourage all of them when they actually start. Because when she was like, she had to go follow them when she first came back. I was like, I hope she be's the one. But that was that was it right there, full circle. Mm-hmm. Like she definitely, I feel like she was definitely powering him up or giving him some type of boost. Mm-hmm. So if we see next week, if he don't change into whatever he's already changed into, he'll probably change into something else next week.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready to see Gar transform into any and every animal possible.
Right.
Like, I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
And can we talk about
that toxic person? I felt bad for him at first because of what Dick did to him, and I was like, Dick, you wrong. Like, you did not have to do that to him. I get it, but you acting like your daddy. You're acting like your daddy, and I don't like it.
Right.
Connor just want to help, and you just want to put him down like that. But
because Connor's like, I'm indestructible. Like, you need me, but then he showed he's not. With the kryptonite, like you're not. Right. That's his point. But it's like when Blackfire finds him, and she heals him. He has like this. They were already an item, but he's like she was the only one who found him. So, he has that, what would you say? Not attraction, but that loyalty to her. And which is why he was pretty much by her side the whole time. And it was like, they were doing their own thing. And then when Starfire, they were getting ready, to blow up the place where she was kept. And when Starfire comes and, Starfire, tells her, look, we need to talk. Like, our parents were the ones who made the mistake. I don't blame you. Like,
right.
There's whatever's going on, let's squash it. And, you're a queen. Like, you're the one who's meant to rule Tamarin. And she's like, you know what, you're right. And that's when she's like, let's get the ship up and running so I can go. And, Connor's doing his old, mathematical thing, thinking, we're thinking as audience, so he's helping her, get home. This man blows up her ride home.
I say it was funny to me, no shade, because oh god, that thing was funny because it's the way he turned around like you ain't going nowhere, you ain't leaving me, you ain't leaving me, you gonna stay right here on Earth with me.
And she was like, "Why do you come with me? Why do you come to Tamarin?" He's like, "I get, Kryptonians can't come to Tamarin." So it's like. He pulled a Lex Luthor. Like, he pulled
it.
His
I mean, he is half Luthor, so let the man, like, oh, God, that thing was funny to me, like, because it's just the way he turned around, like, you ain't going nowhere. You're going to stay right here with me.
I was just like, wow, that is such a Lex Luthor move right there.
Like, God, I mean, it was dope, because, I mean, it's telling me that he's going to have to work on separating his emotions from people he care about, especially when it's like that. When I felt like she didn't really want you like that anyway. But that's just telling me that's something that he's going to have to work on. Definitely.
So now, like, he's kind of not necessarily in the same boat as Jason because he didn't really kill anyone, like, on purpose as far as, him becoming Superboy. But how is he gonna come back from that? Especially, when Starfire saw that what he did, and like, how is he gonna come back from it now?
Oh, they about to fight. They gonna fight next week.
Ooh,
I think they gonna fight. All three of them gonna be fighting because Starfire gonna be Blackfire gonna be pissed, and Starfire gonna be even more pissed because she'll be like, "Why did you do that?" But Blackfire is gonna be more pissed because she can't get home.
Mm-hmm.
So I think there might be a little tussle at the beginning of next week's episode.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'll be here for it. Sure would.
Oh, yeah.
But next week is our last episode.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like that. I feel like we just started.
Right. And it's oh man, and it's the season finale. And their season finales are, I don't know. We'll have to see how this one goes. I really hope that there's like a transition for certain characters, like Tim finally putting on the Robin suit, or like the end could be him like looking like they're in Wayne Manor and him looking at the suit, but finally looking at the suit, and Donna officially becoming Troya as opposed to Wonder Girl.
Yeah,
and Starfire, like we said, being like that leader, like the one people really look up to. And even though they, like I said, they do already, but it's like, like her in her prime, like no, not necessarily obstacles, because, the character's always going to have obstacles and stuff in front of them. But, like final form, like in her final form, like
right.
the Starfire that we've been waiting for. And, Dick's still the leader and maybe not being as secretive or always going at things alone. Because I'm like, if he does that, then how are him and Corey supposed to get together?
Right.
Like they need to work on that.
Yeah.
Next season, like getting Corey and Dick back together, so we can see them interact with their daughter. Like if they're going that route, see them interact with their daughter that he saw when he was in the Lazarus pit. Like I want to see that.
Right. I'm telling you, that man he's not gonna have a straight head or a focused mind until he is back, until he can really pursue a relationship with her. I feel like she is his peace. I feel like she can keep him at a moment of, you don't need to do this or you don't need to do that. I just feel like she is his peace. I'm sorry. Like she literally is. I think, especially if that is the end game, she's his peace. Like she keeps him, sane. She makes him feel good. She makes him feel, she completes him. You complete me. Sorry. I don't know where our homies at.
Right.
Because we'll skip this and go to bed. We will do this next week. We all done seen this movie. Y'all want to come talk with us? That's right. Fine.
Where y'all at?
Oh, here come one. I don't know where the other one at. Hold on. Holla.
It sure was. Yep, it was me. Once again, I'ma say it louder for the bitches in the back.
You look up here.
Say it louder. What they say? What did they say?
You got trash talk. Okay, talking about I don't know where the homies at. Okay. Well, the homies is here.
I don't know where they at.
So
come in yet? Now you get a little intro. Didn't nobody tell you to come in yet? Chill out. Wait a minute.
The homies is
Let
here.
me play something. Then you can come in. Aaron got a little video when he came in. You gonna get one too. God, just mess up everything. See, now you get this video.
Wait a minute, hold up.
Now you can come in.
I don't even know what was happening. Mike just told me to be there, just be available at 9:45. He didn't say, "Hey, we want you to be on anything." So I'm like, okay.
I said check-in time at 9:45.
How am I supposed to decipher what the hell that means, Mike? You talking about check-in? That can
be ready.
Last time I was on this show, it was a problem, so I didn't even think I was gonna be back on this guy.
See, now you really back on punishment. Bye.
Wow, that's just like Venom 2, huh?
Right. So we're gonna finish with the Titans. We hope we get a good season finale next week. But as a group, as a family, we're about to talk about Venom. You in your chair?
I sure wasn't thinking about any other things, but let me get my light situation going. Shit, fuck it.
You want to step out the room for a second? Welcome, my good bros, Aaron, Michael Johnson, and Q Monster. I sure did.
Ooh, stage name. Oh,
not stage name. Oh, you ready, homeboy? Damn. We got meat and potatoes times 2 tonight. We got our good old family here. Gonna get you a nice little part 2 of MD with the mess. And yes, Venom 2 came out and we've all seen it, and we are about to get into it because, child, I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna say it louder for the hoes in the back. What was going on?
Andy
Speak
Serkis.
on
Now,
it. Speak on
Andy
it.
Serkis was going on.
It was
Like-
dope. I liked it. I fucks with it hardcore.
Do you, or are you just saying that? Because I ain't never heard you really say that before.
I did.
It was Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
If you was paying attention to my timeline the day I told you I saw the movie and looked at
I know what you said.
So
but
why
I
you
thought you was being unreal with us. That's
why
all.
would I? No, I loved Venom 2. Venom 2 literally gave me
So
everything.
we'll let you start off with it.
So Venom 2 from your boy was a continuation of everything I loved about Venom 1, which was not only Eddie and Venom's relationship as best friends, lovers, to enemies, to lovers, to friends, to dude bros, to lethal protectors, etc., but also the willingness of their friends, Mrs. Chen and whatchamacalls, just being down with the bullshit. That was what I wanted for Venom 2, was the characters being down with the bullshit and no real stoppage of the forward momentum that the relationship was cultivated. That's what I wanted. Then it could have been a whole bunch of other things for me, like action and shit, even though I had no problem with the action or longer or anything like that. Yeah, it could have been, but ultimately that's not what I was really looking for in Venom 2. I just wanted to continue on the good character work Tom Hardy was giving Eddie Brock and Venom, and just seeing them all cut up and be in on the bullshit.
They cut up.
Then why call it Let There Be Carnage?
Because of that, I'm glad you said that, because in my opinion, Carnage was still a significant part of the movie. I didn't feel slighted with Carnage. I didn't feel slighted with his action scenes or Woody Harrelson's performance. I can understand why some other people would, but I felt like Woody Harrelson was just played the right amount of crazy eccentric that you would expect from a Cletus Cassidy interpretation. I felt like the Carnage sequences was action-packed and very well shot and looked very good. It wasn't no sloppy CGI. The only thing I can say is, Avia, I remember what you told me. Homegirl's accent should have been American accent should have been a little bit better. That's the one knock that I can 100% see what you meant by that. But other than that,
Are you talking about Calypso? Why are y'all laughing? I love her as Calypso, so that's why I said that. Like, y'all know I love Calypso and Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, but absolutely.
Wait, so we just not gonna answer my question?
Yes, Naomi there is Calypso. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like her accent. She was dope as Street. She was dope. It's just that
never coming back.
Woo! But no, I actually like Woody Harrelson as Carnage. I know people, my brother, for instance, he wanted it to be a lot more visceral with the action scenes from Carnage and whatnot. But for me, it was dope. He didn't feel wasted. He didn't feel like he didn't have enough screen time. He was dope. I liked everything about it. I always said Venom was the perfect encapsulation of a Marvel property existing to the fullest extent in its own little world, and I just felt a continuation of that. That's my opinion. That's my opinion!
And that's a good one. I ain't saying that I hated the movie. I just felt like,
I think it could have been.
No. I think that's what it is. Like I wanted more of that.
25 minutes longer.
Yeah, because she was pretty much captured the whole time. Like she was pretty much in her cage the whole time.
Yeah.
Granted, that does go with the comics. I ain't even going front. That's Maximum Carnage, but still, like I felt like it could have been 30 minutes longer just to kind of tie up some loose ends from the first movie. I don't know.
I truly, when I was watching it and I was in the theaters, I was like, like I said, it's not a bad movie. I think I anticipated so much from it, and I wanted more from it. It's not like I said, I liked the movie, enjoyed it. I think I just wanted more. I think I'm spoiled rotten, and I just wanted. I didn't have no blood, so that was like a little. I wanted a little blood, you know. I did like Carnage when he broke out the prison. I love the fact that he turned into a tornado and he grabbed the warden and said, you know, any last words. I thought that was perfect. I did want a little bit more of Shriek just because and then I hate that the fact she couldn't really use her powers is because they are affected by sound. So I was like, I get it, the love contrast and all that, but it was like, why would you could have had at least another female villain or somebody else that could have went toe to toe with her so that she could have used her powers a little bit more.
And here's also my thing. Like, I hate that a black woman's life was threatened because, you know, when she does her powers and Carnage is like, well, if she does that again, I'm gonna kill her. I'm like,
yeah.
What? The only black woman in the cast, and you're threatening her life. Like,
and she did good.
That's supposed to be the person inside you's love, like the love of his life. Like, I get it, he's a villain. Like, I get it. Carnage is bad, but I'm like, come on.
She was his queen, and God help whoever disrespected the queen.
We're gonna say that for that's gonna be our ending topic right there, because I know we all have thoughts about that. Yeah, I wanted a bit more too with it as far as movie length go. Yeah, I think that's what it was. Like I think, like I said, I got when I knew where it was when they was at the church, I was like, well, this is the end. Like, you know. And like I said, I liked it. I enjoyed it. I think I'm just spoiled and I just want more. That's all. Like, it's not a bad movie. I will watch it again, definitely. Like I said, I just think I just wanted more. That's why I was like, I didn't care how to feel, because I know it's not. I don't feel any ill will to it. I just wanted more. I love Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy did amazing. I think my standout for me was him and Venom's relationship. Mm-hmm. You know, them going back and forth, them breaking up, Venom going on his own and doing his own thing. And the fact that what I did like is that Venom goes on his own and doesn't have Eddie with him that can really keep him together. Mm-hmm. You know, he's nobody without Eddie. So, I mean, that's what I got from that. Because, I mean, when he had to crawl to not the grocery store, to the lady, the little old Chinese lady, and, you know, I felt that from him. He didn't have nobody.
Right.
And then the chickens. The chickens.
No, him cooking breakfast, love Venom. Venom is everything. It's giving kids meal at a buffet for me.
Without getting into spoilers, I guess, because I know how it is in Hollywood when you get a big name. Do you think Carnage is coming back because of Woody Harrelson?
Yeah, absolutely.
I would like to see him come back.
Maybe Maximum Carnage.
He did really, really great.
That would be a good name. That would be a good name, Maximum Carnage. That'd be a great sequel name.
Yeah, I think he did really well.
Listening and share best friend.
Not gonna lie, another major thing that set Venom 2 over the edge is because they said the title in the movie, because he was like, "Let there carnage, lightning strike."
Right.
That to me,
I feel like Venom 2 is like Con Air. Yep.
Okay.
Some people like it, some people don't. Some people
like
it. I'm in the middle.
Starting from the bottom, going up, rated.
Okay, starting with me, I give Venom 2 a last one standing out of 10, meaning that it's about an 8 out of 10 because I liked it. I genuinely enjoyed my experience in that theater, watching it and just being sucked back into that world and watching two idiots live their lives to the fullest while also being the lethal protector that the universe needs, but probably didn't deserve, but also deserves. And yeah, I liked everybody in it. I want to be in that world. I want to be in that friend group with Venom and Anne and Eddie and Mrs. Chin and all those folks and just be doing cool alien dude things and whatnot. Last One Standing is a good song, by the way. I know folks are like, "Oh, that's just not this." No, I like the song. I listen to it a bunch. Just want to throw that out there.
Hey, Via.
I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Give it a 7 out of 10.
Okay.
Oh,
Hey, Ron.
I give it an X-Men 1 out of the X-Men trilogy. Like X-Men 1 was fun. It's not X-Men 2. It's not X-Men 3. It's
not X-Men 2.
Well,
It's
thank
not
God
X-Men.
it's not X-Men 3. Thank God it's not X-Men
right.
3.
So it's like it's a good popcorn movie. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So like
I didn't even finish my popcorn.
it's a good popcorn movie. So, I mean, like I give it a 3.
Hey, I finished my nachos though. Even though I spilled it on my white shoes. I spilled some cheese on my white shoes.
At all.
I'm upset the movie theater I go to they don't have hot dogs anymore. They don't have hot dogs.
Oh,
That's one of my go-to snacks. That's one of my go-to movie snacks.
Ooh, it's cool alien things slang for
Period.
Hey, Aaron, hold on. We can't get that way on the message. We got to tone it down.
no. Is it slang for Spidey sense?
what you mean?
I don't know.
What
I'm
you
trying
mean?
to
Tony Down
segue.
can be on the mess, man.
I'm trying to segue into.
Don't do
Wait,
that.
Mike hasn't given his rating, so we can't segue in.
Oh, 7.5 out of 10.
He's okay. He's gonna be, you know how Mike.
I'm gonna be what?
I'm kidding.
Oh, because it definitely ain't getting no 8, 8.5, 9, 9.5, no 10. Nah, she gets a good old 7.5. And if you want me to be even nice, she'll get a 7.9 for the post-credit scene.
You know what other movie gets a 7.9 out of 10?
You know what? I wouldn't even be mad at you saying that.
I was actually gonna say Tomorrow Never Dies for Pierce Brosnan and James Bond. I watched it a couple of nights ago. And The World Is Not Enough. That's the one I watched. That's a good 7.
That's how I felt about the movie.
All right. If you watching, we're about to talk about the post-credit scene and spoilers and details. So it is at 103. So I will cut it off and we will see you next week. But no, let's get into it. All right, y'all. How are we feeling that we are now in the world of those two being together?
See, I mean, it's cool that you see Peter, like you see the TV, and you see Peter flashing, him let him know he's Spider-Man. But I'm like, are they actually gonna go through with it? Because I don't. Maybe y'all can enlighten me on Tom Holland's contract, like if he is contractually obligated to appear in more Spider-Man movies after No Way Home. Because I'm like, okay, if they do that, he's gonna have to stay if they're gonna converge the Venom and Spider-Man universe. So I'm like, it's a great effort, but I just don't know if they're able to actually go through with it. Because I would love to see Venom versus Spider-Man. I would love to see it.
Right.
But I just don't know if it actually happened because of contractual reasons. Do y'all know? Because I'm
gonna go out on a limb and say all of that stuff is A-okay, squared away, unless Feige screws it up again. I think that absolutely is the case. It's going to be exactly that. But I'm gonna say, wow, should I get into the my crazy super duper theories? Should I do that? Should I?
Got 3 minutes.
3 minutes. So okay.
5. You got 5.
All right. So basically, for some context of what the post-credit scene is, not spoiler alert if you didn't hear it the first time. So basically, Venom is going to show Eddie all of the symbiote racist history and whatnot. And as he shows it, it's like a fake out. You think that the world is changing because Eddie is going to see the whole universe of the symbiotes and all that. But no, it's because he's getting transported throughout the universe and everything and whatnot. And like I pointed out to my brother, what that affects is different than everything else we've seen be alluded to the multiverse in Loki and WandaVision, and even in the trailer for Spider-Man Far From Home. It's different. Far From Home. I said it again. No Way Home. These fucking titles blur together. But sorry for dropping that F-bomb. But basically, I feel like Eddie getting, and I could be very wrong, but I feel like how they got to the MCU has nothing to do with Doctor Strange and Spider-Man's spell, and how certain other individuals may or may not be introduced in No Way Home. I had to remember to say that title. And what I'm getting at is, I think that because I've been talking about this with multiple people, I think that the real multiverse event thing, I don't think it's anything we've seen before from Loki, WandaVision, or even what we see in Doctor Strange. I think it's something that we saw back in 2014 in another Marvel movie. Not Winter Soldier, not Guardians of the Galaxy, not The Amazing Spider-Man 2, but in my opinion, one of the best Marvel movies to come out, and that's Days of Futures Past. And I think that the reason why all of this stuff is happening in that particular year, because the canonical MCU year will be 2024. The year that Wolverine wakes up in at the end of Days of Futures Past is 2024. And I think that because Kevin Feige is lazy and just wants the quickest way to get people excited, I think he's going to just swerve everybody and say that the events of Days of Futures Past created the world and was really the true nexus point, because of all of the things that's been established, that is the only other instance of time travel used in any Marvel property. Loki being the only other one, because Endgame being the only other one because of the Time Stone. But if we're going off of what Kang is and that dealing with time travel and multiverse stuff and all of that, and since we know that it probably isn't Wanda or Doctor Strange because they both did their own separate thing, I'm saying that that's what they're going to do. And if you watched Shang-Chi, they're very tight-lipped on what the 10 rings, beacon picked up on or whatever. So I think that might be related too, but I don't know. That's my very long-winded explanation.
I agree.
That's good. I like it. Mm-hmm. The fact that you said Days of Future Past, I like that movie too. I did not like the fact that Wolverine was the main character. It should have been Kitty. But that's a good theory. Love it.
Yeah, it's been something I've been thinking of. I've been slick thinking he was going to do. Feige was always going to utilize that, because I'm not saying that. I've said that it's a reason why they ended Days of Futures Past the way they did, and I always said because they wanted to use that as the introduction of the X-Men into the MCU. So, that's always been my theory, that they wanted to use as many of the high tier actors of the X-Men franchise in the MCU, so it could just be a quick fit and not have to worry about rebooting and telling stories over again and all of that. And so, yeah, that's just my onion on it. So.
I mean, it makes sense, because if you look at it from a narrative structure, if the X-Men are the ones that, if Logan is the only one that remembers, well, I guess Professor X too, and you think about some rumors that are in another movie, it kind of makes sense. And then I wouldn't even be more surprised if, say a Kang the Conqueror knows what's going on, and is, you have him say, oh, you think it's just something Wanda's doing? You think it's a screw up from Strange, who may or may not be a Skrull? No. This is somebody else's fault. And then, suddenly we get our mutants. And, then there's the whole idea of, it's there. And then you got the, like he was talking about with the fake out with the symbiote world, like there's a whole, I'm going to keep talking about Battle World like every single time this comes up. Like, that's an easy in for Battle World. easily, because then you can get Scream and all the other symbiotes and Toxin. You already got the little tease for him, with one of the characters who was Toxin in Let There Be Carnage. So it's just like the MCU is expanding. They did it. I will give them. Like I was impressed that we saw Tom's face, little Thomasy face, because it's like I will give that to them. They did it, and I do think he's got like 3 more official movies, like what Robert Downey Jr. did, and then he's just gonna pop in other movies. And I do believe, like, if not the next one after No Way Home, it'll be one with Venom popping up, unless they just go straight into Secret Wars.
Yeah. Another thing that just popped in my brain is that a mutant being responsible for all this multiverse stuff or what have you, that's an easy end to make them, to make them a entity to fear and hate.
Bingo.
Because
bingo.
You just had to deal with Thanos being snapping half of the universe away, and now you're telling me that it's not just one person, but it's a whole subsection of a community that has the ability to change time without the stone, without any sort of stones or anything like that. That's an easy way to get people to fear you. And
so will you think they wouldn't let the pretender be a pretender and she be a mutant?
I think that would add to the paranoia of it. They'd be like, look, if this woman over here can control a whole city, who's to say somebody can't control the world?
Right.
And to be honest, I feel like Wanda could be that perfect bridge if they actually would just acknowledge that she was a mutant in the first place. Because you saw that when she was first introduced, that, especially in Civil War, like with the whole thing that happened in Lagos, like, just like, Wanda's danger, she's a danger to everyone around her. Like, you felt that. It was like she would be the perfect bridge to introduce the rest of the mutants. Yes. If they would just acknowledge her as an Omega level mutant, then that would be a perfect.
Unless her dad comes in and says, "No, you're not one of us because you want to run around with them folks."
The Avengers.
The Avengers. We'll see how the trial of Magneto. If the trial of Magneto makes her again,
and I mean,
we'll get an idea.
Is she still dead right now?
I'm not in issue 2, so
maybe she is, and maybe she isn't.
You're gonna have to read. You're gonna read. I'm not spoiling the twist because it's messy, and I don't do it for it. So you gotta read the book.
I think I know. I feel like I know because somebody was imposing, right?
Nah, we don't know. It's messy, Mike. Messy.
Y'all do me any kind of way. That's right.
It would also make sense to
let's just say.
I don't even care no more.
Well,
I'll read it.
When
I go buy it tomorrow.
Aaron, you said something that popped into my brain, in that when you say that Xavier, when you say Xavier is the only other person to have 2 sets of memories about the whole ordeal, we already know how paranoid and how duplicitous Xavier can be in most other media. And if certain rumors are true and certain organizations are supposed to be showing up, then wouldn't the prospect and fear of not only one timeline where everything went horribly, horribly wrong, but then you see this new timeline, and then you have things like Thanos and Loki and Ultron and all of these other things. Like, just imagine, Professor X being in a new universe and the Ultron situation happened and more robots that can kill. What did that cause you to be proactive to create something that might be a little bit more clandestine and a little bit in the shadows? Wouldn't he have a contingency plan, a symbol of group of individuals, to do things, to ensure things keep on moving?
And what happens if you throw in the smartest man in the Marvel universe because he can't stay out of people's business?
Child.
Because he just has to stretch his way into everybody's business.
Like, what if? Hey, All I'm gonna say is this: from the way my brain works, you know, it would make a whole lot of sense for, you know, things for Xavier to operate in the shadows this whole time in the MCU, because he's trying to, because of his own vision, his own dreams of protecting everything. So
vision.
See what you did here.
No, actually, I wasn't. Aaron did that. I wasn't even trying to be funny. I was just.
Nah, I love it all. I love when we can talk like this and speculate and talk. Those are good theories. Good theories. Just look how that one movie can make you think about everything that's happening.
Some other superhero movies could do that for us, but you know,
Doctor Doom.
Right, please.
That's all I want. I just want Doctor Doom.
Please, you keep saying Battle World, and that pisses me off because I'm like, God, I got that whole comic run in that room in there.
Like, I really want Doctor Doom. Like, if they do go with the route that Q just suggested, I really want it to turn out like Doctor Doom knows everything.
Why you don't do the Fantastic Four? It's like, what? We all waiting on them. Like, we all waiting. Can't wait. I'm so ready to know.
We're in the Fantastic Four right now.
I'm no shade. I'm ready to see who Sue Storm is going to be. Like, I cannot wait till they cast them, just because I'm excited to see how they're going to fit into the universe, especially going forward with us. Even I feel like this phase is going to be a lot more cosmic in it, cosmic and magic at that. So
I think they should have introduced the Silver Surfer first.
Woo!
I still think that all of the Galactic stuff, but my one knock on Rise of the Silver Surfer is that they introduced all of that way too fast. I really think that we need to hold off on all of that instead until everything is established. Please don't tell me I just lost my. No, I didn't. Y'all know good old Aaron Johnson's Eternals is having 2 post-credit scenes that are very important.
Yeah, I've been to that.
I just wanted to make that joke.
You don't think that beacon was beeping them?
Nah. I first I did, but then I was like, I had to, and this is what I talked about this with my brother on Into the Universe every Sunday on YouTube, is that if you go back to Comic-Con 2019 and you saw the original slate of the movies, Shang-Chi was after Black Widow and the Eternals. And all of these movies were shot now. They were shot. You know, I think so. So what you have to remember is go back. Like, it's very interesting if you go back and look at the slate and then see what we have now. Some story beats are earlier than anticipated. Like, for instance, WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier. Those were supposed to happen before we saw Black Widow and the Eternals. Even Hawkeye, if I'm remembering it correctly, I might pull it up right now. But for lack of a better term, we were supposed to see Valentina and Yelena and Black Widow without any context from Falcon and Winter Soldier. Mm-hmm. And same thing, like whatever happens in Eternals, we are supposed to have that context by the time we get to Shang-Chi. So that's why I don't think that it's necessarily in direct relation to what happens. I think that whatever is happening, it is like it's not so out of skew where they can't do it now, but the information might be a little bit jumbled. But you're still going to get the full picture when it's time to get the full picture. If that made any sense.
Mm-hmm.
This is phase 4, right? Let me get this. I'm about to pull up this Google image now. Oh, that's the second one.
Woo!
So yeah. Hold on. Let me make sure this is correct.
We both said.
So yeah, the one I'm looking at right now, the original OG phase 4 lineup was Black Widow, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Eternals, Shang-Chi, WandaVision, Multiverse of Madness, then Loki, then What If, then Hawkeye, Thor, Blade. So, you muted, Mike.
I said, wow.
So just those first those first couple of projects, though, Black Widow, then Falcon and Winter Soldier, then Eternals. Shang-Chi doesn't come until after all of that. And then WandaVision was supposed to be after all four of those things. And then Loki was supposed to be after Multiverse of Madness. So just think about the original intention of information we were supposed to receive. We wasn't supposed to learn about the TVA or Kang until after what went down with Wanda and Doctor Strange.
Mm.
And that's not even accounting for how they were going to do Spider-Man and anything like that. So, and then Hawkeye, that's way down the line originally. They sped that up, which tells me that there's really not anything of consequence going to happen in that show. No shade. But, and what if, and what if that's another project that was supposed to be after all of these movies? So again, who knows how that was supposed to influence or what knowledge we were supposed to have going into that. So
right.
I recently going back and finding the image and everything to just see how so much has changed since the pandemic. So I'm very interested. I'm very, once I at least get to, I want to say Eternals, to see just how much, like just to see how differently things were when I, line them all up and then see what they wanted to do.
Nice. I like it.
I'm a puzzle guy, y'all. So this is why this is so interesting to me. I'm a puzzle person. So this is why this is interesting for me to do. I like to fit things together. That's why I care so much about this.
That's dope. Makes us think a little bit more too.
Oh, that's a good question.
So would you go back and watch it in that order to do a follow-up?
Because Shang-Chi does come out on November 12th, Disney Plus Day. And we already have, and Eternals would already have come out. So that means at the very least, we could watch, because the first 4 projects that was announced. We'll find out. We'll find out in November. We'll find out. That's for sure.
Right.
All right, guys. We got to end this.
Yeah.
Thank you, bro.
Food for thought.
We'll definitely, I think we should come back to that. That's a damn episode in itself.
Like we can watch like you said, like the first 4.
Yeah.
In that order and see like the structure.
Yes. For those, just for a refresher, the first 4 is Black Widow is the first. Then we would need to watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Then we would need to watch Eternals, and then watch Shang-Chi. Those are that was the original first 4 projects of Phase 4.
Okay, I'm down for that.
That makes sense.
A Phase 4 pre-marathon.
Yes.
A fantastic 4 marathon, if you will.
Yes.
It's literally.
And if anybody from Marvel tries to say, "Well, you don't need to do it because nothing changed," y'all are lying, and we still gonna do it anyway.
Just for shits and giggles and speculations and puzzle making.
Mr. Fantastic of the crew. See that?
We know who that is.
Q. What Q do?
Live done. No.
Live is done. Thank you so much. You know where to find us. Avia, you got Wuchale. Wucha. You got Q on the bottom of us. Thank you so much for coming out. Make sure that you like, share, subscribe, tell your homies, tell your friends.
Yes.
This Saturday, check us out on Twitch. We're playing Mario Kart. It's gonna be fun. Come see us yell at each other.
I got the promo.
Let's go.
You ain't got to play it.
And check out me and Aaron tomorrow afternoon. We will be on that front porch.
Is it afternoon? I thought it was the morning.
Well, one of those 2 times. You'll catch us very early. Well, not very early. You'll catch us earlier than normal tomorrow. We'll be talking about why whenever you see a comic book writer talk about Superman is too relatable, it's the red flag memes that's sweeping Twitter, because you already know they're going to be on some bull. Sorry for saying bull. Sorry for saying BS.
It's all good. We used
Isn't
to
that
it,
just
man.
another name for mess? Ah.
Ah.
See what I did there? Okay, I'm done.
Peace out, good people.
But when it okay, Don really
Still
wants to
live.
go.
It's still live. Oh, it's still live.
Don is tomorrow at 10 something, right?
10:30.
10:30. Yes. Well, the front porch is live at 10:30 on YouTube.
Are we still live?
Press a button.
Yeah. What button?
Just press the